So currently at the moment, I'm dating 3 different men. And I really urge other women to experiment and date different men at the same time. One is an amazing provider because he kind of lacks my interest in adult time. So that's where my second one comes into play.
Our skinny top creators getting cancelled for promoting exercise, yet women are allowed to talk about how fun it is being a hoe.
Why is sleeping with multiple men bad?
Telling women that they have high body counts, all that's doing is lowering your pool and lowering your chances of who you're gonna have sex with.
I want a freak hoe who's experienced.
The first one is used up and the second one isn't, because all their argument is rooted in ego, because they can't stand the fact that 10 men had access to the girl that they want.
If she has more than 0 bodies, I want truly nothing to do with her. She's chopped, she's washed, and she's used.
We're twinning. Can any red pillars please explain to me the logic behind, and I mean logic, I mean give me a logical, rational explanation that is not rooted in emotional, like, response or ego, because they're all like ego. Why is a girl having a body count of 10 one night stands worse and used up, but a girl who's had a boyfriend for like 3 years and like presumably fucked like 600 times not used up because she only has a body count of 1, right? In the first scenario, only 10 penises have entered her vagina, but in the second one, a penis has entered her vagina 600 times. But red pillars will swear up and down that the first one is used up and the second one isn't, because all their argument is rooted in ego, because they can't stand the fact that 10 men had access to the girl that they want before they did, versus the second girl only has 1. So again, please explain to me in a way that is rational and not rooted in your weird ego why one thing is used up and the other one that's happened way more times is totally cool.
What? You let 10 men enter you. You're a doorknob that's been opened way too many times. A man hitting it 6 times, that was her man. A lot of times, some ladies are getting married to a husband, and he's hitting it thousands of times for many years. So what are you trying to say to that? What if she gets married to that man? Think about that. And you see she has the star on the wall, the star on her head. You flip that upside down. Woo! You ever know I'm going.
They care about body count. They don't understand a lot of things. That you really want a whore. You don't want a prude. You want someone with experience, with mileage. Because it's not too much to be taught. Like, people, like, they say that for vanity metric. That's a vanity metric, bitch. Because after a while, it's like, yeah, you don't want a virgin. You want a freak hoe who's experienced. As much as you might get a little paranoid, because now it's like, that was good. Who you learned that from? And should I hate them or should I tell them thank you? And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of bitches want to be like, I was the first. Or you could be like, I was the greatest. Who you want to be for real? Who you want to go down in the books as? I mean, the first is important, but the greatest? The greatest? Why you think bitches be crashing out over their best eater? To be the greatest? That's a lot more weight than the first, even though the first is important. The first makes space for the greatest. But to be the motherfucking greatest, bitch, you don't know nothing about that. And that's why you worry about body count with your dumb ass. And to claim the first for something like that is a cop-out prize. Because you're not even trying. That's a participation award. It's not the same as I learned your body. I know it's gonna make whatever do whatever. I'm actually in the game for real. You just put on the armor if you're first. You just showed up. Boring. And as I boot up the other arguments y'all have, oh, well, at least nobody else can say that they had them. Bitches will lie and say that they had them. Bitches will lie. Bitches will make AI to say that they had them. What are we talking about here? Bitches is liars. But you'll know the truth. And that's a joke too. Let them talk. If you know your person, you know where it's wrong. Now, if you be talking too much, you want to kiss and tell. Look, my eyes go in two different directions. Well, that's where that's where the split happened.
Was, and now we're not together. I understand some people don't like their partner's body count sometimes and that it can be a deal breaker, but my boyfriend and I have been together for 6 months and he finally for the first time asked me what my body count was. I told him I'm not going to be super specific, but let's just say it's more than 10 but less than 20. And he got very upset at me. He started saying things like, "You're a woman, you should hold yourself to higher standards." He said women that are promiscuous should be treated as thoughts. And I obviously got offended by that because he was clearly referring to me. Anyways, we made up, but for the past week, he's just been showing so many signs that he doesn't trust me and that he's clearly not over the conversation. Like now he always wants to see my location, which he didn't used to before. I tried to talk to him about it, being like, you can talk to me, like what's going on? And he's just still so resentful about my body count. He says that he can't stop thinking about it, like he can't stop thinking about me with other guys, and says that he can't believe that many guys used me. He was getting pretty heated with the conversation, and it came to a point where he literally called me a slut to my face. I didn't say anything, he just saw my face and he quickly backtracked saying, "No, you're not a slut now, you were in your past and I'm willing to get over it because I love you." Yeah, no, you're not gonna call me a slut and be in a relationship with me. That's not gonna happen. Firstly, I don't even think my body count is that high. Secondly, I would never ever cheat on him or anybody else. So I just feel like he's being super unfair and he's showing a side that I didn't know. He's been blowing up my phone saying that he's sorry and whatnot, but I don't know if I should forgive him.
He doesn't know if he should forgive you. Don't try to flip the story.
Real talk alert.
That man didn't forgive you. And he's probably going to leave you alone for good pretty soon. I bet. Why? Because this is how men are reacting here.
If she has more than 0 bodies, I want truly nothing to do with her. She's chopped, she's washed, and she's used. These are just some of the comments that I got in my last video about my relationship. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. That is just an insult take. That is just you being ignorant. Get into relationships, people want to be loved. I mean, it's just a human trait. 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't work. And that's just how life is. I mean, people just move on from that. But at the same time, people like to, do stuff with their partner while they're in the relationship. In conclusion, you should not be walking around with this mindset at all. I'm gonna be honest, if you do, you're probably not gonna find love.
Guy right there, he's been sold to the highest bidder.
About the red flags of patriarchy. So this comment is a perfect example. So let's just start with body count. So patriarchy uses body count as an indoctrination into stage 2 of the incel communities. So remember that incel communities are involuntary celibates. So these are men and teen boys who have never had sex in their life, which also means that they don't know how to please a woman. They probably don't even know the first part about a woman's body or where pleasure points are. So the idea of a woman
I gotta pause it, guys, because I showed you guys the chart like 2 days ago where most ladies, it's actually worse than guys say. Guys usually say 20 or 10. They're doing these ladies a favor because most of them are smashing 5% of the guys, maybe even lower, right? You ladies are sharing men. And then there's epidemics of AIDS running around. And you ladies going, oh, this guy's dirty, that guy's dirty. You're all dating him. You're all smashing him. You all like it raw. You're all hitting him raw. And he likes it raw too.
Real talk.
body count is because she has experience and knows what is pleasurable for her, which intimidates somebody who would clearly be bad at sex because they don't have experience. So that's red flag number 1, because instead of educating themselves to learn what the pleasure points would be, and then working towards just forming a healthy bond to then have that level of exploitation and have that sexual experience, they then hate women, and now it's women's fault for having quote unquote high body counts. Also, there's no point in even saying that to women or even hating women for having sex, because if you can't compete with other men and you're not having sex, telling women that they have high body counts, all that's doing is lowering your pool and lowering your chances of who you're going to have sex with.
Who's going to tell her?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
And then if you don't know how to have sex and the other person doesn't know how to have sex, nobody's having an orgasm. So like, you're not even going to have pleasurable sex. So it's like you're moving yourself on a pathway to just live a life of misery and to be a virgin for the rest of your life. Like, that's the manosphere. And then what they do is then they further indoctrinate men who are incels, who are never going to be able to get women because they don't have the emotional intelligence to do so. And then instead they cultivate hate. And then they take that hate as misogyny and sexism and then further indoctrinate into racism and then further indoctrinate into domestic terrorism.
See, this is the problem. Ladies like this, they don't know the statistics. Numbers don't lie. Men have the numbers. So the guys you're calling incels, you ladies are making them incels. Why? Because since dating apps have came out, it's increased. So all of the ladies saying, I'm getting tired of going to dating apps. I bet you are when you're all smashing the same guy on the dating apps. Oh, stop dating, going on dating apps, go on the street. The worst.
So that's how gender violence happens. So instead of getting sex, you would rather commit violence against women. Like, that is that psychology. So whenever you see men saying this, just understand it's a red flag. This person who's talking about this is already in mid-level radicalization. And that is where gender violence occurs. And statistically, in that level of radicalization is normally Christian nationalism. And 80% of women who are with men who are in that level of radicalization experience gender violence. Don't do it. Run.
If you have an iPhone, search what apps you can get to find out who's on social media, right? You guys need to do a search like you're a job these ladies are struggling to get jobs at. Seriously. You need to search them out like that. Because every man needs to know if his lady speaks like this. I just looked at this video and said, this lady has no clue what's going on in the world. She doesn't. Why? Because she's in her own bubble. I have sex with guys that are handsome. Most guys aren't handsome. Most men that walk around aren't handsome. I need an alpha guy. If he can't build himself up to an alpha, I can't be with him. Guys are doing that. But what do you think is going to happen when guys do that? You're going to keep getting run through. The cycle repeats itself.
Couldn't agree more.
On here, women saying, where's all the decent men gone?
Tell him, OG.
All men are liars and cheats.
Tell him, OG.
No, they're not. Just the men that you're attracted to, the men that you respond to, the men that you go out with, the men that you...
And OG said 3% of men, 98% of women. But he's close though. Because it's around, 5%. But still, he may be right. It's probably a new study out. Because that study that I found the other day was from 2009. So he probably, it's getting worse.
Sleep with are all liars and cheats. Because all of you want to date the same type of guy. You want a guy that's 6 foot plus, successful, wealthy,
tell him, OG,
handsome, outgoing, funny, charming, entertaining, considerate. The list is endless. Simply because You think anything less than that is just settling. You see, even though you're probably ordinary, you won't accept your ordinary. You see, you don't want to date an ordinary guy. You don't want to date Steve the brickie, Dave the truck driver, Johnny the cab driver. You don't want to date them sort of guys because you think you deserve better. Because if you've got Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you ladies love to gas each other's heads up. Don't matter what you look like, don't matter how much you weigh, you can weigh 18 stone, and you just tell each other that you can have any man you like.
Sexy girl.
You're so beautiful and you're so gorgeous, and all the sisterhoods gas your heads up thinking that you're better than what you really are. If you want an honest guy, go out with an ordinary guy. If you want to go out with someone that I would describe as dangerous, a man with options, then you're going to deserve, as far as I'm concerned, everything you get.
Yeah.
This is Phil signing out. As always, stay strong, stay safe, keep the good faith, always live in reality. And I'll see you either in my next video or my next live.
Sleeping around, she doesn't have good morals in mind.
Why is sleeping with multiple men bad?
Sleeping with the men that you're sleeping with are like actual partners and like relationships, and that's not bad. But if you're
Why do I have to love them to have sex with them?
you don't have to love them, but I think that it's important to have like a good connection instead of just sleeping with random strangers.
Can I get a high body count by just sleeping with male friends?
So you're attracted to all your male friends, is what you're saying?
I'm saying I can still have a high body count and not sleep with strangers. That's what I'm saying. If I find a man safe, attractive, and I enjoy his company, why can't I sleep with him? And if I find another, why can't I sleep with him?
If I find another, I mean,
that girl. Woo! Look at her age. I think all the body she's had makes her look older. Could you imagine the makeup she puts on that night when she goes out and finds new bodies? Go in the closet, they fall out. Bodies, 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 bodies. Like, seriously, if you stack up the guys up around the house, it look like a gang meeting. All of Chicago will be in there. And a basement. 500 dudes like sleeping on the floor after smashing that.
What do you mean by fun? Like you're gonna just go out and meet him that night?
I meet another one.
Look at her.
Yeah, and you sleep with him right away. It's called being a whore.
So what if I wait like 10 to 14 business days?
She thinks she's funny.
Why is he talking to her? I don't think that's okay. I mean,
No, that's why not? Question. Why not?
Because then what? You just forget about him and just move on to another person, right?
No, no, I don't need to forget about him. I can remember.
Yeah, okay.
Dave for a long time. I'll even call Dave the next day. I'm not interested in a relationship, and then I sleep with them, and then we don't have a romantic relationship. Is that wrong?
I think that is wrong. But like, I respect other people. That you're just not a good person at all.
Why am I not a good person? I would actually say I'm a great person because I'm doing I'm sure these guys are happy. I'm sure they also enjoyed themselves.
Okay, so yeah, they enjoy themselves and then you just leave.
I didn't lie to them.
You did hurt them, though.
How did I hurt them?
Like, they're not like if you're gonna leave them. Obviously, they're happy while it's going on, right?
What do you mean leave them? Like on a bus stop? I'm not going to give, I don't guarantee any exclusivity or any long-term committed relationship. If I'm upfront about that and they are like, okay.
This guy is talking to the wrong lady. He's trying to be civil. He must be young. Because that conversation be way different if it was me.
Hey, I understand. How is that hurting them?
Oh, okay. So
you gotta tell her, like, yo, you a straight whore. You gotta come at her throat. Like, you whore, you dirty whore. I bet you if I slapped you with a dildo, you'd be happy.
It's just gonna be like I don't know, it's just gonna be
Why you falling over your words, boy? But this right here, when I saw this, it shocked.
Who had control of their body, choose who to sleep with and how many men to sleep with, slept with everyone. Why? Because sleeping with other men, first of all, women enjoy it, okay? But second of all, it allows women to create. So for the early civilizations, women were the core of all society. Third thing is, there's actually a strategy in sleeping with many different men. Everyone is responsible for raising a child. Does that make sense? If I'm the father and I know exactly who my children are, I'll protect my children and discard everyone else, okay? Who knows who the fathers are, everyone's responsible for taking care of every single child. That's the best strategy that they can have. Becomes successful, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Because I think about what went on back in the day, right? You had Sodom and Gomorrah. These things happened so many years ago. You know, the immorality, that's not just happening in this day and age. It was worse back then. You had queens doing the same thing. Women of higher status usually were the biggest 304s. All through history, there's been 304s, women selling it. And that's where them, and I'm sure some did that, right? Some guy thinking she's with me. No, she's not with you. She's with you, him, and you know what? With anyone. You'll never know unless you see it.
Matters, and no amount of feminist gaslighting will change that reality. I know a lot of women get triggered by this, but pretending your sexual history doesn't impact how men see you is just setting yourself up for disappointment. And here come the code comments. Mainstream media, movies, TV shows, and even the music industry are all out here promoting hookup culture like it's empowering. Modern feminism pushes this idea that being single, sleeping around, and giving yourself to multiple people is somehow a flex. It's not. But let's be honest, none of that is actually empowering. It's programming women to have low self-respect and making us numb to what real intimacy actually is. Body count isn't just a number. It's about pair bonding, trust, and respect. The more partners you've had, the harder it is to actually connect and build something real with someone new. High-value men want to know they're not just another guy in a long line. They want to feel special, respected, and like they're building something unique with you. And if you're giving yourself to anyone, that signals to men that you don't value yourself or your intimacy. And that in itself is a red flag for guys who are looking for something serious. You can argue all day about double standards, but at the end of the day, men are allowed to have preferences just like women are. If you want a high-value man, you can't ignore what actually matters to him. You don't have to like it, but you can't change it. Body count matters, so make your choices wisely.
It is not a flex sleeping with 583 men in 24 hours just for a challenge or for fun. How are skinny top creators getting cancelled for promoting exercise, walking, healthy eating, yet women are allowed to talk about how fun it is being a hoe and normalizing it to the younger generation?
Make it make sense.
And I'm talking explicit details. So I'm here to tell you that there are emotional and physical consequences for living this way. So please do not let these women blindside you into thinking that it's fun and it's glamorous and it's normal. It's not. So girls, save your virginity for your husband. Love yourself, respect your body, and you will have a blessed life.
So currently at the moment I'm dating 3 different men. And I really urge other women to experiment and date different men at the same time. Now, they all have different purposes. One is an amazing provider. He literally provides everything that I need. And the thing is, he kind of lacks my interest in adult time. So that's where my second one comes into play. When I think
You can't make this shit up.
He's kind of lacking in the providing area. When I say he is amazing when it comes down to adult times, yes, I keep him in the back of my pocket. Then we have the last one, which is my older man. He's the one that likes to wine and dine me. He takes me out. We do a lot of fun things together.
Wait, do these men know each other? Because if not, you making this video is going to expose the fact that you're talking and sleeping with multiple men. That leads me to believe this story is not even true. especially the part where she talks about the provider man. Most of the time, provider man usually goes for the more attractive woman. And if this story is true, how are you getting on the internet and proudly talking about the fact that you're sleeping with multiple men at the same time? Where is your shame? I just know your pH balance is off, and you probably need to go get tested if you're sleeping with all these men at the same time.
You're working with, he's getting laid like once every 3 months.
Yeah, some
So like
from I would say
one-
from
like 3 dates a month. One of them he gets laid on.
3 dates and yeah, basically.
Okay.
Because I asked, so the first question I ask guys when they call or when they contact me is, are you looking for something casual or something long term?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, something casual. When's the last time you got that? Most common answers is around the 3 month to over a year.
What percent are looking for casual versus long term?
So the most common answer is, I want something casual that develops into something long term.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want.
I mean, isn't that kind of what people are doing?
Yeah, that's what
anyway?
people want. But it's almost like a trick question in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the most 80% of guys are like.
Yeah.
And then I would say
I find that guys want relationships more than women.
nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowadays they do.
It's too much free shit for being a single girl.
Yeah, a ton. But a lot of guys struggle with that.
Mhm.
You know, they struggle with hooking up, let alone having a relationship.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But so your average guy, he's getting laid once every 3 months. And is it once, twice?
Twice a year.
Holy shit. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You got to keep in mind, I talk to probably messaging,
Mhm.
right, on Instagram, right? They're always messaging, probably like 100 to 200 guys, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Out of those, maybe 4 or 5 had a hookup within the last couple of weeks. Just think about that.
Yeah.
The rest has been over 3 months or over a year.
Mhm.
It's rough.
And so the guys that are doing really well, what's their like?
The guys that are doing really well.
Like, what would you say is someone doing
Yeah.
really well?
I mean, right, if the average guy is getting 2-3 lays a year,
Mhm.
right, you double that, that's really well, right?
Yeah.
You're getting laid once every 2 months.
Mhm.
Getting laid once, twice every month, you're doing extremely well.
Mhm.
But the more well they do, the better position they are in the genetic pool. And it's the direct correlation. It's kind of like common sense.
Mhm.
So those guys they don't need help with women,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So
the
yeah,
guys
that's
that
kinda
are
what
like
you say.
normal guys that want to go from like a 5 to an 8 or like a 5 to a
Exactly.
7.
Exactly.
Where it's like they're not going to be selected if they don't have good hygiene,
Exactly.
good. Where
Everything has to be on
Where if a
point.
guy's like a Chad, it's like you can do anything, and they're like,
yeah. And the easiest way to tell if you're a Chad or not is to go on Hinge or on Tinder,
yeah,
right? The number one filter on Hinge is height.
yeah.
It's the
But just
number one filter.
can't you just lie? If I was
You
a
can.
guy, I would
Can.
just lie.
But then what? You see her. And,
But if she's like like women don't know height.
yeah, but
Like if you're 5'5", you're not going to know the difference between.
right. So
five-
how much? Let's do a little test. So how much would be acceptable for you to lie about?
I mean, I would just go all the way. I'd just put it to 6 if I was a guy.
6. If he was how tall? Like
5'8",
4
6
inches,
foot,
right?
Yeah,
How tall are you?
I'm 6.
Right. I'd say the guy was 6.
Mhm.
He shows up. He said he was 6'4".
Mhm.
You'd be able to tell right away. Most girls are 5'8".
But I'm tall though. That's different.
No, but most girls are 5'8", 5'6". Let's say most girls are
5'5".
5'5".
Yeah.
Right. If he says 5'9",
Mhm.
or he's 5'5", he says 5'9".
Mhm.
The problem is the guys that have to lie if they did to get more matches
Mhm.
are not average height. Average height's not a problem.
Mm. It's that they're super
it's below.
short,
It's
yeah.
super short, right? So the height, it doesn't work. Right. If the average guy, sure, he lies, but he didn't even have to lie in the first place.
Right.
Because it's like average height. It's okay.
Like
right?
5'10" to 6'1".
Exactly.
Like, you're
That's
not-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're
Would you
5'4",
suggest they lie though that much? You might as well, right?
no, for guys who are short,
5'10"?
the best thing to
Like if I was
do,
5'10", if I was a guy, I'd
you
put
just round it up.
Yeah.
You could round it up, right?
Because if they have all the filters at 6, wouldn't you want to be? You could tell me. You're the coach.
yeah,
but-
well, this is what guys should do, right? Guys should approach in person first
Mhm.
and use Hinge, Tinder as a secondary tool.
Mhm.
And the way I tell guys to run it is go get your main girls
Mhm.
from doing your approaches at your meetups during the day, when
Mhm.
you go out at night with your buddies, whatever. That's where you're going to meet majority of the women that are going to date you, right? Because they're correlating to your lifestyle. But use Tinder and Hinge to kind of practice, right? Maybe set up a date or two Monday through Wednesday, right? So it's just a secondary tool. It's not your end all be all, right? So if it's your secondary tool, I don't see the point in lying and just getting comfortable with yourself.
I think this one's going to be very controversial. Modern women believe that it is okay to sleep with however many men you want. After all, it is your body. Honoring the feminine is understanding that sex is an energetic exchange and not all men are worthy of accessing your energetic field.
I wonder why they left.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.